It is 5 o'clock Arizona time, which is 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, and 1 in the morning in the UK. Today, we're going to be talking about Atomic Habits, Chapter 2. And oh my goodness, Chapter 2 was absolutely mind blowing. And I'm waiting to see here. Doesn't look like I have anyone on yet, but I do know. Oh, no, now I've got a couple people on. Hi, we're going to discuss chapter 2 of Atomic Habits. If any of you have read chapter 2 of Atomic Habits and have anything you'd like to share, please put it in the comments, and I will be reading the comments as we go, and we can discuss this awesome book. This book can be life-changing. It was given to me by my sweet brother, Mike Ceruzzi. And let me get it out of my Anchor Moments book bag here. Uh, he gave it to me as a special gift for, oh gosh, it's been a while. I don't know. Mike, if you're on here, do you remember when you gave it to me? Maybe 3 years ago. I was newly diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And I will tell you, this book has been really helpful. But like most things, I read it and I did some wonderful things. I lost 47 pounds. Um, my husband and I were in the zone. He had lost like 72 pounds. We were changing all kinds of habits. And then we went on vacation for a week with family, and we had a wonderful time, but we didn't follow any of our good habits because we were on vacation. And you know what? 1 week could have been okay, but when we went home, we put off our good habits and kept doing some of our bad habits. And we kept thinking, oh, we'll write down what food we're eating next week. We'll go back to exercising at least 5 days a week next week. And the next week turned into the next week, which turned into the next week. But I am super excited to read this book for a second time. And wow, I forgot how incredibly awesome it is. Chapter 2 was absolutely dynamite, especially to me was page 38 in chapter 2. And let's see, I've got some people on already. Oh, yay! Tara Lee's here. And Tara Lee said she was buying the book. So yay, did you read chapter 2, Tara Lee? And Candy says hi. And Robin, yay, Robin's here. Robin, did you get a chance to read chapter 2? I know you just got your book and you were having to start and read the intro, chapter 1 and chapter 2 to get caught up. Oh, good. And Tara Lee, she's read chapter 2, and Robin as well. Awesome. What did you guys think? For me, oh my goodness, I forgot. I knew it was a really good book. I knew it was like a really helpful book, but wow. Some of the things it has in chapter 2, it talks about how your habits become your identity. And it could be a good identity, or it could be some things that you do that aren't as good as an identity. I'm going to read the part in chapter 2 that absolutely blew my mind. Uh-oh. I don't see the word frozen, do I? Robin says, I can't put it down. Oh, good. She accidentally hit an F instead of a D for down. I was afraid it said frozen, but it doesn't. If I ever go frozen, please type in the chat that there's an internet issue. I have 2 internet companies now. I've still kept with my old cable one that's been giving us some issues, but also added the Verizon Home G 5G network, and the box is right behind my sign that says just be you. And so it's really close. So I should have a really good internet connection, and hopefully it'll be good for everybody. Okay, let's see here. And Candy says, very interesting. Oh my gosh, it was so interesting. Last week, it talked a lot about if you make a 1% change, just a 1% change, try to be 1% better today than you were last week. And just try to build upon build upon what you're doing, doing some processes that will might seem like it's small, but all those little changes will build. And then all of a sudden, it'll make a huge difference in your life. And your new habits will just become atomic and make this huge difference. Well, this week on chapter 2, page 38 really put it together for me. I highlighted in this the second big paragraph on the page says every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. And you can see that habits are the path to changing your identity. The most practical way to change who you are is to change what you do. And it says, and then it gives four different examples. Each time you write a page, you are a writer. That part really stuck with me because I never thought of myself as a writer. I was a school teacher for 11 years. I did the stay-at-home mom thing. I'm a community organizer, and I organize, volunteer a lot in the community. And I've worked for a few different nonprofits, either as a volunteer or as a paid staff person. But I didn't think of myself as a writer. And my friend Darlene Santor, everyone likes to call her Coach Dar, she gave me the best advice when I was chairing an event and I got an opportunity to speak when it was over. And she's a professional speaker, Coach Dar. And I said, Coach Dar, I would love to be a professional speaker. What should I do first? And she said, Gina, you have wonderful stories. You need to write your stories down. I never thought of myself as a writer, and I talked to my husband, and he created a website for me called anchormoments.com, and it started off as a blog. And I had, from that moment, from that particular event, a whole bunch of exciting things happened to me. And so I asked my husband, to create that website. He finished it on November 11th at 11:11 at night, a couple of days before I was going to a Seize the Day, Raise the Sea and YMCA conference. And he got it done just in time. And I started by just writing little blog posts and writing the stories down. And before you know it, I became an author, and I put those stories together in my first book, in my Anchor Moments book. And the author, James Clear of Atomic Habits, he says if you would have asked his high school teachers and his college professors, they wouldn't have said, oh, yeah, James Clear, oh, he's a wonderful writer, and even thought that he would be an author one day. But he started by writing daily and making writing a habit. And by making it a habit, he turned into an author. Another thing on here, it says, each time you practice the violin, you are a musician. Each time you start a workout, you are an athlete. I've never thought of myself as an athlete, but when I exercise daily, I'm getting healthier, I'm moving my body. I might not be a professional athlete, but wow, that is really something to think about, that you would be considered an athlete by exercising. And then each time you encourage your employees, you are a leader. How cool is that? For those of you who've had great bosses truly are leaders. And that's one of the things that they do. And you too, if you're not already a wonderful leader, you could become a wonderful leader. And it also tells you that each habit not only gets results, but also teaches you something far more important, to trust yourself. You start to believe that you can actually accomplish these things. And when the votes mount up and the evidence begins to change, the story you tell yourself begins to change as well. And of course, it works the opposite way too. Every time you choose to perform a bad habit, it's a vote for that identity. But he goes on to say you don't need a unanimous vote to win an election. You just need a majority of vote. It doesn't matter if you cast a few votes for a bad behavior or an unproductive habit. Your goal is simply to win the majority of the time. And it's a simple two-step process. Decide the type of person you want to be and prove it to yourself with small wins. That just, that really spoke to my heart. There's so many times in our lives where we hear about, oh, just be the best version of yourself. And I've tried many a time to do that, and I'm always seeking to improve. And I never really thought about how our habits can create our identity. There was another part in chapter 2 where they mentioned making your bed every day, that making your bed every day would help you to identify with being a more organized person. And let me tell you, being organized has not been part of my identity. But today I made my bed. And I'm gonna try doing that. So today was day 1 of making my bed. I'm having company over in 45 minutes. So there's no way I can go over an hour because I am having guests over for dinner. I always keep my living room clean for my guests coming over, and my kitchen clean, and my guest bathroom clean. But my bedroom door is closed for a reason. But I'm going to work on some of that clutter, and I made my bed today, and see if I can't get a little more organized. And now I am going to read and see what you guys have to say. What in this chapter spoke to you? Because there was a lot of pages, and I just read a little bit off of 2 pages. Let's see what spoke to some of you. Tara Lee says, I'm not one for setting goals, but I know what I want to become. Healthier, thinner. This is a different way of thinking. It really is. They mentioned, let's see, on page 40, and I do a lot of highlighting and stuff in my books. And in page 40, it says, once you have a handle on the type of person you want to be, you can begin taking steps to reinforce your desired identity. I have a friend who lost over 100 pounds. Hey, Jeff. Hey. By asking herself, what would a healthy person do? What would a healthy person do, Jeff?
Well, I have a different question for you.
Oh, okay.
Are you a person who drinks water, or are you a drinker?
I appreciate a lot of water. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Hey, come here.
Was that chapter 2 or what?
This chapter 2, yes. Thank you, sweetie. Do you have any advice? No. Jeff read this book years ago too, and we also have it on tape. And you mentioned last week you were going to try to listen to it while you drive.
Oh.
Did you do that this week?
Yes.
Oh, good. It's
Audible.
Audible?
Yep.
On your way to work?
Yep. And on my way home. I'm coming off for lunch.
Yay. Yeah. All right. Do you have any other goals you want to, or any processes that you would like, because that's James Clear's special thing. Any processes you'd like to do this week?
Yes. I started cooking some stuff for Gina for breakfast.
Yeah,
because I need to get ready for helping her out when she can't help me out.
Yeah, I'm going to have a hysterectomy coming up. We don't know for sure the date, but I meet my gynecologist on April 30th. So those of you who are prayer warriors, please put some prayers out there for me. And Jeff finds out also on April 30th if his cancer is gone or if he needs any more treatments, because they're going to look in his bladder on the 30th. So it's going to be a big day for us.
Yep.
But if he's all clean and I'm the one with an issue, he's going to have to start cooking for me.
I have to learn how to do laundry too.
Oh yeah. But
I started.
Hey, I taught him how to turn the washing machine on this week.
It's a new washing machine. It's fairly new.
Yeah.
And it's complicated. It has a lot of buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
All right.
No, that's all I got.
That's all you got for this week. All right. Well, thank you very much, Jeff, and thanks for the water. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so where was it? Oh, with the lady who lost 100 pounds. So, I have a friend who lost over 100 pounds by asking herself, what would a healthy person do? All day long, she would use this question as a guide. Would a healthy person walk or take a cab? Would a healthy person order a burrito or a salad? She figured if she acted like a healthy person long enough, eventually she would become that person. And she was right. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity shape your habits. I thought that was really outstanding. One of the reasons that I started up this book club is because I've been taking Mounjaro, and I go live on Mondays to give myself my Mounjaro shot. This coming Monday, it'll be week number 15 for me on Mounjaro. And I share my weight loss and all that kind of stuff on Mounjaro Mondays. And I was going somewhere with that. I don't know. Where did I go? I don't know. Mounjaro Mondays. Anyway, the shortage. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to get her Mounjaro, and it's so hard to get Zepbound, which is just like Mounjaro. It's tirzepatide, and it's exactly the same thing, except for Zepbound is just for weight loss, and Mounjaro is for type 2 diabetes, for our blood sugar regulation, but we get the extra bonus of losing weight as well. But when we can't get our Mounjaro or Zepbound, which has been really hard lately because of the shortage, we don't want to gain weight back. We don't want to fall into bad habits again as we feel our stomachs growling again and starting to get food noise again. We want to continue on the trajectory of good health. And I believe that Atomic Habits can do that for us. And we just need to be thinking, what would a healthy person do? Because we want to be healthy people. All right. Oh, good. It looks like I've got some more people sharing, and I want to hear what you have to think about Atomic Habits, especially chapter 2. Okay. Candy says, so Tara Lee said, I'm not for setting goals, but I know what I want to become. Healthier, thinner. This is a different way of thinking. It really is, Tara Lee. Candy says, yes, different way of thinking. I'm a golfer, walker, and go-to person who goes to the gym. I want to be a healthy person. Awesome, Candy. Mega Losing, who's also told me that she was getting the book. Mega Losing says, I liked that it was saying, make it an identity. Yeah, I'm a swimmer. So I swam this Saturday for 30 minutes. I'm a water drinker, so I drink mostly water. Excellent, Mega Losing. Awesome. That's exactly it. Candy says, I am also a swimmer. Me too, you guys. And it is hot in Arizona right now. The surgery that I had this last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, I have to wait 2 weeks before I can take a bath or do anything where I'm submerged. But it is so hot here in Arizona. It's getting close to 100. I am so excited for this coming Wednesday because I'm going swimming too, because I am also a swimmer. Swimming makes me happy. Robin says, for me, I want big success, results now. It's hard to do small stuff that will have big results, but it makes sense to me now. Yeah, because all of those little things that you're going to do, you're going to find out in a future chapter. It's habit stacking. So each of these small things you're going to stack on top of each other, and before you know it, Robin, it's going to be huge. It'll be just remarkable for you. Tara Lee says, I need to get this book for my boss. Yeah, maybe you'll become even a better leader. And it'd be a nice gift. It was a gift my brother Mike gave to me, and I'm just so thankful that Mike gave me this book because it really is wonderful. Taz, um, Taz the bulldog, Taz's mom says, hi, y'all. Hi. And Robin says, craving the second step was really something too. Yeah. And Kimmy Worsham says, praying for you both. Oh, thank you so much, Kimmy. We really can appreciate the prayers. We've always been healthy people. This has just been a really weird year for Jeff and I, but hopefully we'll get it all taken care of now, and then we'll have a very healthy future. But right now, this has just been a very weird year, a very, very weird year. Robin says, oops, I'm on the third chapter. Okay, because I was wondering about the cravings part. Like, was that in chapter 1 or the intro and I forgot about it? But yes. Wow. So, and you know what? If you want to read ahead, everybody could read ahead. That's fine. But I figured each chapter is so chock full of so many amazing things that I really want to just do a deep dive into one chapter a week that we discuss together. But if anyone wants to read ahead, go ahead. Enjoy. And Robin says, you two are awesome. Thank you. Candy says, love that paragraph about making decisions that a healthy person would make. That's right. And remember, those of you that are taking Zepbound, Mounjaro, or maybe Ozempic or Wegovy, any of those kind of things, the shot doesn't make you skinny. It doesn't. It makes you less hungry. But when it's all said and done, the magic is in you. You're the one who decides what you're going to eat. You're the one who decides when to eat. You're the one who decides if you're going to take a walk or go for a swim or do any kind of exercise. You're the one making all of those decisions. You can do it. You can be a healthy person. And it's a wonderful tool. I'm not saying it's not a wonderful tool. Oh my gosh, I love my Mounjaro. When I had my surgery a week and a half ago, there was 1 week that I couldn't take my Mounjaro. And after about the 10th or 11th day, I was waking up every morning with my stomach growling and burning, and all those sensations came back, or it was like, oh man, I can't wait for Monday I could take my shot again. But I just need to identify as a healthy person and keep making those positive decisions, because it's going to come to me again, especially before I have my hysterectomy. There'll probably be 2 full weeks that I won't be able to take my shot. So that way I don't accidentally throw up when under anesthesia with the mask on, because that's a terrible thing. So when you have big surgeries, they usually make you skip your shot for 2 weeks to be sure your stomach is empty when you haven't eaten or drank for 8 hours before the surgery. So anyway, these habits are so important. And a lot of the habits we're doing, we have to do them, because if you take the shot, but you don't do anything about it, you're not going to lose weight, because it's just a tool. It's just one. It's a really cool tool. It's a really awesome tool, but it's still just a tool. Okay, let's see. Carrie says, I'm a healthy person. I love that. I am choosing water over Coke Zero. Yay! That is one small habit I want to improve. I know soda is okay now and then, but right now I'm drinking it too much. Carrie, that's something that I changed too. When I read the book for the first time and I just barely been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, I was drinking a lot of Diet Pop. I mean, a lot of Diet Pop. I talk on a lot of these videos about going to Costco. Jeff and I are just, we love Costco. We used to get a Diet Coke when we'd first walk into the building with our cart. And so we'd be drinking our Diet Coke while we'd be eating samples and looking and, and doing our shopping. And then after we checked out, we would go straight to get a refill on our Diet Coke and then leave the building. and we always had Diet Pop in the house. I don't know how much Diet Pop I drank in a day, but it was way too much. And I made the switch then for drinking water. I still drink Diet Pop if I'm going to a Mexican restaurant because I really like the bubbles when I eat Mexican food. So like every now and again, but it's rare. And I can go a month without having a Diet Pop because if I didn't hit a Mexican restaurant and I'm not buying it for the house, that'll make a difference because there's so many chemicals in there, and even the artificial sweetener in there can raise your blood sugar, which is like so crazy. It shouldn't, but it's so sweet it kind of tricks your body out, or it does mine anyway. And I know that from wearing my Freestyle Libre sensor. Okay, let's see. Carrie also says, I think I'll write down on an index card these identities I want to become. Oh, that's such a great idea, Carrie. And put them on my mirror where I'll see them every morning, starting with, I am a healthy person. I am an organized person. Oh my gosh, Kari. They say that imitation is the highest form of flattery. Would you mind if I did that too? Because I really got to work on my organization. And I really want to tell myself every day that I'm a healthy person. And I'm hoping that'll also help me with recovering from my surgery, from my hysterectomy too. And I'm praying. We don't know for sure if I have cancer. It might not be cancer. It might just be weird atypia cells that aren't cancerous yet. And getting rid of everything, that would be just amazing when they look at everything, that maybe I don't have cancer. So that'd be great. And if I do, I still want to tell myself every day I'm a healthy person. And while I'm on a healthy journey to be the healthiest version of myself. And then Carrie says, I'm starting with I'm a healthy person and I'm an organized person. Yep. And Robin says, I got caught up in it. Oh yeah, in the book. That's why she read an extra chapter, but that's okay. You'll be really ready for next week, Robin. Mega Losing says, outcomes, process, identity is a good method to get a habit. I'm focusing on identity, but process was also powerful. Having systems like a water system, process of closing the kitchen after dinner. Oh, I like that. I'm going to have to mention that to Jeff when I get off here. And maybe we can make this a sign that says kitchen is closed. After we have dinner and we put everything away, because a lot of the calories we have that are more than we need happen with snacking after dinner. That is such a great idea. Oh my goodness. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad you're reading this book with me. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone who's come on to this live and everyone who watches this later as a replay. And if you've missed this live, you can put comments down and your thoughts of the book or anything that we cover. And I do try to answer to the comments in a timely fashion, because I do appreciate engaging with you guys, and I appreciate so much when you engage back with me. So thank you so much. So outcomes, process, identity is a good method to get a habit. Yep, I'm focusing on identity, but process was also powerful. Having systems like a water system, process of closing the kitchen after dinner. That is so good, Mega Losing. And there's a diagram. about that on at the beginning of the chapter, where it says you can have an outcome-based habit or an identity-based habit. And if you start in the center here, that's where the identity is. And you know what you want your identity, if you want your identity to be a healthy person, the next step is to look at processes to put in place. Like you said, like cleaning up the kitchen at the end of the night after dinner and saying, okay, the kitchen is now closed. Or drinking water instead of diet pop. That's part of your process. And then the last circle here will be the outcomes. And that's when we'll really be able to see our health improve. And then another way, some people, and the way most people do it is they first think of a goal, like I want to lose 75 pounds, and I would love to lose 75 pounds. So I want to lose 75 pounds. And then to figure out, okay, now how am I going to lose 75 pounds? And then create the process and then make it to the identity of being a healthy person. But you can start now. It's really it's part of like a visualization process too, that to say right now, I am a healthy person and I'm going to choose to do healthy things. And then think about all the process things that you can do that'll make you a healthier person. And then you'll see for yourself, the votes will come in as you're doing all these wonderful things, that you'll believe it too, that yeah, you are winning and you're going to have those wonderful outcomes. Let's see. Robin says, behavior is your reflection. Yep. Candy says, to become a better water drinker, I just purchased a 40-ounce stainless mug. Those are so helpful. And that's what my husband, Jeff, brought me. This has 40 ounces of water in it. And it was so nice. He cleaned this one for me. Actually, he let me use his. I have a purple water bottle that's 40 ounces, but it's in the dishwasher right now. So he knew I wasn't drinking out of it. And that was so sweet of Jeff to give me his, because he knows it helps me to know how many ounces of water I'm drinking. And instead, I was drinking some tea out of my Anchor Moments cup. But I'm glad to have that 40-ounce thing. And I keep track of my water too. I try to drink at least 100 ounces of water a day. Michelle and My Cello says, new subscriber, so thankful for this live. Yay! Well, welcome, Michelle. And if you don't have the Atomic Habits book yet, you can get it at any bookstore, because it is a super popular book that they've sold millions. And you can also get it online. You can get it on Audible, as well as Kindle ebooks or a paperback. But it's a what? Well, I don't know if I've seen it as paperback, but it's a hardback. But it's a really good book. So welcome. We look forward to seeing you. And Mega Losing says, sparkling water is nice if you need bubbles. Sure. And Candy says, yes, sparkling water is great. I have, and I love my Soda Stream. Oh yeah, those Soda Streams are pretty cool. Robin Lockwood says, I eat my dragon fruit snack and I drink bubbly or LaCroix water. Oh yeah, and those are good too, because they don't have any sweetener in it whatsoever, but they're still bubbly and they have a little bit of flavoring added to it. And dragon fruit is amazing if you can get it. Right now, my Costco doesn't have the yellow dragon fruit anymore. And that's my favorite because it's really sweet. But the pink dragon fruit is really pretty. It's not as sweet, but it's still not too bad. And they help big time if you have any issues with constipation when you're taking Mounjaro or Zepbound. It really helps big time in that area, and is a healthy thing to eat because it's full of vitamins and minerals and stuff too, instead of just taking a stool softener. And Robin says, love my black raspberry. Ooh, that does sound good. And my husband, because he writes under Anchor Moments RV, that's our other YouTube channel. And Jeff wrote, we may need to start with yellow police tape. Oh, when the kitchen's closed. Oh, I married that guy. He won my heart because he's so stinking funny. He could just always make me laugh. Oh my gosh, Jeff. Yes, we'll have to get some police tape at night and tape the kitchen up. Mega Losing says, I do Audible while working. I didn't see that diagram. That's cool. Yeah, that diagram is really helpful. And it's towards the beginning of the chapter of chapter 2. And Taz, the bulldog's mom, says, Poppy is awesome. I wonder if that's the thing I have in my refrigerator right now. That's the pop that's made with, isn't that the pop that's made with apple cider vinegar? And I think it uses a little bit of stevia, and everything is natural. There's no chemicals in it whatsoever. And I like, there's an orange one and a purple one. So it tastes like orange soda or grape soda, but doesn't have any of the garbage, yucky stuff in it. And every now and again, I get that at Costco when it's on sale. And it's a lot better for you than Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, because that's full of chemicals. Let's see. And Robin says, oh, funny. I was wondering what that was, Jeff. Yeah. Yes, to tape off the kitchen with police tape. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, let's see. Oh, and Taz, the bulldog's mom says, yes. Oh, good. So yeah, it's that particular pop. It is really good. I do enjoy that. I like the grape and the orange are my favorite. I'm not a big fan. They have a pretend root beer one. And I don't know. I love regular diet root beer. And so it doesn't quite hit what I'm looking for. But the grape and the, there's like a cherry and I don't know, the ones that are fruit flavored, I think are awesome. I just love those. Okay. I'm going to give you guys another minute to see if anyone else has anything to say about the book. Oh, but before we go, I want to give a shout out to Mitzi in the UK. Mitzi has been so kind, and she writes comments on a lot of my videos, and she's so sweet. And she said, oh, Gina, I'd love to be a part of your book talk, but it is 1 a.m. in the UK when you're doing your live at 5 o'clock in Arizona. It's 1 a.m. And so next Sunday, which is April what? Shoot, I don't have my clock with me. Today's the 21st. I don't know. If Sunday's the 28th, maybe it'd be like the 27th, 28th. Next Sunday, let's help Mitzi out. Mitzi's also put that she's having a lot of issues with her back. So she has to be home and she can't do anything right now. So she's listening to Atomic Habits on Audible. And I would love for us next week, I could do 1 o'clock Arizona time, which is 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern time, and it would be 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. in the UK. If we could do next week at that time, I'd like to be able to do that for Mitzi, so Mitzi can get at least one of these truly live and be able to participate in typing things during the live. And then I'm gonna, I'm learning to be more tech savvy. I need that to be more of my identity. There is a way that I can do a poll in the, so if you go to my Anchor Moments YouTube channel and on the regular home page, there's a part that says community. When you click community, it's kind of almost like Facebook where I can write different posts and I can have like a picture with it and people can comment with just like a little picture post. Well, there's a way that I can do a poll, and I've never done a poll before, but that is something that I will work on after next Sunday when we do the earlier version, and I'm going to let all of you vote which works better for you. Does it work better for you for Sunday evening to do a book talk about Atomic Habits, or would it be better for you in the late afternoon of Sunday? Or if you live in Arizona, 1 1 in the afternoon. I never give Pacific time or on the West Coast because it always confuses me. Sometimes we're the same time, sometimes they're an hour earlier. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's noon in California or if it's 1 o'clock in California when it's 1 o'clock in Arizona. It's so hard because Arizona doesn't do the any time changes. We always just we never change. We always stay the same. So it's always different how we bounce around with stuff. But anyway, it'll be 1 o'clock Arizona time, 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock UK for next Sunday. We'll be doing chapter 3. I just want to do 1 chapter a week. So that way it's not a lot of homework for you and you have plenty of time to really think about what action items do you want to do after reading this valuable information, because this information can be life-changing. It can not only bring you to better health, but it can change you in other ways too. And oh my gosh, if I was ever organized, my family would just do cartwheels. They would be so excited, especially Jeff. So I don't know. I haven't. There was one video where I couldn't see myself, and I had the camera down lower. And I need to clean this anchor room too. And you can see in that video, I've got some clutter in here as well. And so I need to really work on my clutter. And it mentions in Atomic Habits that if you don't change your identity and you don't change your processes, then what you do is you make a big fat mess, you let the clutter build, and then you wait for a day that you're like, I can't stand it anymore. I have motivation. I'm going to clean it. And you clean it, but you didn't put a process on how to keep it clean. And then it just slowly gets cluttered again until it's a big fat stinking mess. And then you have to clean again. And that is the story of my life. But I don't want it to, that's the story of my, I should say, my past life as of this morning when I made my bed. So as of yesterday, that was the story of my life. So I'm hoping I can become a little more organized, and I definitely want to be a healthy person. So I'm just going to start with I'm healthy, and I'm going to choose healthy things, and hopefully get a little more organized too. And let's see if we have a few more comments, and then I'm going to have to go and take care of my guests that are coming soon for dinner. And I will have my anchor room shut and my bedroom door shut because they're pretty cluttered right now. Let's see here. Mega Losing says, I also got the infinity hoop and hula hoop a bit at night. Oh, how fun. I don't know what an infinity hoop is, but I used to do hula hoop when I was a kid. And she said, that's my new process change this week. That is a great process change. And Taz, the Bulldog's mom, says, I don't know. Oh, it says we are the same. She was starting to write, and then it broke off. But I think she says we are the same, right? Maybe she's going to write right now. I don't know. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday earlier. And I will give you a chance to to vote after we do next week's earlier for the following Sunday, what time you'd like to do it. And and Taz the Bulldog's mom said, sorry, trying to type and do my hair. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you all for coming in. And if you want to see anything more about, I have a Mounjaro Journey playlist. I've got a menopause playlist now. I have a lot of playlists on Anchor Moments. Check out the different playlists. There may be something that you'd really enjoy. And come back next Sunday and we'll discuss chapter 3 of Atomic Habits nice and early. Oh, Taz says, we are same time as Callie. Thank you. Thank you so much, because that was so confusing for me. So, okay. So California, Oregon, Washington in the United States, 1 o'clock next Sunday. I will see you then. Okay. Okay, everybody, have a great week. And I'll be going live tomorrow. I'm Mounjaro Monday live tomorrow. So I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.